I am Geeta Modi and welcome to my channel. As you can see, I'm all set for a girls' night in. And what better way? You have to have a bowl of popcorn and some exciting movies. And that's how you celebrate a girls' night in. My recommendations are plenty, but my first one is Devil Wears Prada. My all-time favorite. This movie has left such an impression in my head that you cannot believe it. And all those who have seen it, I'm sure, can just keep on seeing it a number of times and still not get fed up with this movie, just like I don't. Well, the role of Miranda Priestley, wasn't it amazing? Played by the incomparable Meryl Streep. This career woman, proud, absolutely strong, powerful, the best dressed woman in New York. And she wears such amazing clothes, the way she carries herself. Everything about this movie was top notch. This movie is an adaptation from the novel written by Lauren Weisberger. And the director, David Frankel, has done an amazing job. So the two main characters, and of course Emily Blunt also has played a wonderful role, but the main character, Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway, were amazing. The two characters were so very different. This one, a proud businesswoman, married with two children. She had twins in this movie. And Hathaway concerned, she was this clumsy, absolutely awkward, non-fashiony sort of a person. We see two major examples of women in career. One who is at the peak of her career and one who is just starting on her career. So, of course, Meryl Streep is the one who's at the top of her game in the role of Miranda, and Anne Hathaway in the role of Andy is right at the bottom of her career. Both characters are so well defined that it just becomes so different and difficult for us to understand how this person has created all this what can we say, the aura of these characters. People want to follow them, people want to be like them, especially like Meryl Streep, the way she dressed, the way she talked. She loved her coffee piping hot, and if her assistant got something which got a little bit cold, she would just not have it. You had to get her another one. She did 50 things at one time, and she was just throwing out examples and orders and work to everybody, and everybody had to just run around and do it. She created a lot of power just because of that role, and the whole of New York society gave her that power because she used to write about fashion, she used to write about people, and she used to think so strongly about each and everything that she put in her magazine that her word was final. It was like the gospel. People had to believe it. So that is the way Miranda's role played. Here was little Andy, who had just started her career. She was somebody of an intellectual. She was awkward, she was clumsy, she didn't have too much of a fashion sense, but she wanted to get into publishing. She wanted to just write and nothing else. So that was what she was looking at, getting into this game, which was not really happening the way she wanted it. And then what goes ahead is an absolutely joy to watch. The game changer is when Meryl Streep asks her assistant to get her the unpublished manuscript of Harry Potter.
Of all the published Harry Potter books, twins want to know what happens next. You want the unpublished manuscript?
She wanted to give this to her daughters. And this is when Anne does all the different types of tricks that she knew in her book to get this for her and make a name and a place for herself in this business and in the eyes of her boss. The men in the movie are, of course, eye candy. The fashion is super sebi upar, as we can say in our Bollywood style. So for our first girls' night in, let's watch Devil Wears Prada and see how Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway unfurl this wonderful journey of theirs. And Yeah, if you have not watched it before, you must watch it. And if you have watched it, watch it again. Let's get our popcorn. Let's start the movie. Here goes.
Miranda Priestley's the editor-in-chief of Runway.
So you don't read Runway?
No. Not to mention a legend.
And before today, you'd never heard of me?
No. You work a year for her and you can get a job at any magazine you want.
You have no style or sense of fashion.
I
No.